Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about where the direction of my channel is going, and if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so I will put timestamps in the description box below. I feel this might be a little chatty, it might be a little long, and so you may want to get a hot beverage, get comfortable, and we'll just sit down and have a little bit of a talk story. And if you're just interested in where I am and the direction of my channel, again, there will be timestamps in the description box and in the pinned comment if you just want to skip all of this chattiness. Okay, so I kind of know what I want to talk about. It's currently Wednesday, the 28th of October, and I'm in my lunch break. So, yeah, and whatever, that's not why we're here. I think in order for me to get to the place where I can talk about where this channel is going, I think I need to talk about where I've come from in my planner and YouTube journey, because those two things actually coincide for me. I did start this channel officially October 2018, so this month is my anniversary month. It makes 2 years here on YouTube, and it also makes 2 years in a Happy Planner. And I had been watching Happy Planner videos for quite some time prior to October, but for me, I tried planners before and they never worked, but I did like the functionality that Happy Planners seem to have, plus the ability to take things in and out. I don't know why that was so intriguing to me, but it was. The community itself seemed really fun, and I did like the aspect of adding decorations. You know, prior to that, actually prior to seeing any planner videos on YouTube, I'd always looked at a planner as just that, you know, you write things down that you're planning to do and you just do that. I didn't realize there was other things that you could do with a planner. I didn't realize, especially during my college years, about the bullet journal. Now that makes sense because I think that's a fairly new thing, but still, planner systems have generally just not worked for me, and I've tried. And so I picked one up, and I remember feeling very intimidated because I thought it would be easy. I mean, how hard can it be to have a pre-made planner, to have a bunch of stickers and to put them down on a page? And yet it was very intimidating. I had chosen the planner because I wanted to be more intentional with my social media and my business presence. At the time, I did have 2 Etsy shops that were going. One was yarn based, and I did a lot of crochet things there, and the other one was paper based, where I did traveler's notebooks predominantly, but other paper crafts. And I wanted it to be more of a flourishing side income for me, because ultimately I wanted to boost what I could bring home. I'm single, no kids, and the only income that I can depend on is mine. And I own a lot. I own a lot of craft supplies. I own a lot of stationery, and I own a lot of debt. And so I thought, well, maybe I can turn my passion for paper crafting and yarn crafting and things like that into a profitable side business. It's never going to be my full-time income. I've been in my career for nearly 25 years now, and so that's where my full-time income is going to be. That's where my full-time focus is going to be. But if I can create things that make me happy and yet people are interested in buying them, that seemed like a win-win. Well, that has been a lot harder than I thought it would be. And so not only was I struggling trying to be a fledgling entrepreneur, and when I do things, I tend to go all or nothing. I'm never looking for perfection, but I am looking for all the things all the time. So at the time I started my YouTube channel, I also started a blog. I also started to be more heavily into pinning things, because with trying to be more active, I've done lots of research on, you know, what makes successful shops, what makes successful channels, whatever, successful is there's all these things that you can do. Pinning, Facebook, Instagram, just having these all-pronged attacks. And so, within a very relative short amount of time, I was doing all of these things and getting a little bit of results in all of them, but not a lot of results in any of them. And so it was encouraging and discouraging all at the same time. My Etsy sales for 2018 were dismal. So it felt like that I was swimming upstream in a never-ending current, and I was just never going to get to there. Where I thought there was, I couldn't tell you, but I wasn't getting anywhere, so I know I wasn't there yet. So for 2019, I did some budgeting videos, actually for most of 2019, and I'm not a budgeting channel, so it was never to the extent that you see budgeting channels share their information. But along with struggling with my side incomes in business, I also felt that I was struggling in my Happy Planner videos. I had, and it actually stopped when I had my first epiphany, and I've had 3 so far, and we'll talk about that. But I had the problem of comparing myself to other channels, and not so much the views or the subscribers. I understood that YouTube is a long game, and so it is about long-term commitment and hopefully equivalent results. But it was more, I had a planner and I had the stickers, so why did my spreads look so different, and in my opinion, bad, to be honestly. And why am I drawn to doodling? Why am I drawn to doing things outside of the box? Why do the boxes just seem so confining to me? And it really was a struggle for me. I had fun, but I always just afterwards felt, you would never mistake this for, which I have always thought are the big 3 in Happy Planner world, is Heather Kell, At Home with Kita, and Planning with Bumble. Whenever you go to a Facebook group and you belong to Happy Planner Facebook groups, and someone goes on, like, I just picked up my first Happy Planner, who would you recommend me taking a look at? And those are the top 3. Usually all of the time, that are recommended to newbies in Happy Planner world, and rightfully so. I think they've been in it for quite some time. Now, I know a lot of people think of Stephanie and her team as representatives, but for me, those 3 channels have been what I have felt the standard of Happy Planner was. And my work has never, nor will ever, be mistaken for their work. Theirs always seems so perfect and so pristine and so elegantly designed, and the lettering is on point and the sticker placement is perfection. I mean, I couldn't seem to get there, and it was bothering me, and I always compared my work, to theirs, for no other reason than that seemed to be the standard of what I should be trying to achieve. And then around March of 2019, I had been seeing an influx of Happynichi weeks on social media, both YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And I had been watching one of Anika's Creative Plans videos on her Happynichi weeks, and I had commented like, oh, beautiful spread, she does great work. But I just don't know. I mean, they are pricey, and I was looking at Amazon prices. I think they're even more pricier other places. But also, I know myself. I'm not really a book-bound system kind of girl. And she's like, oh, you should reach out to Dana from Magical Plans. And she's been doing something in her Skinny Classic. I'm like, okay, well, okay. And so I watched Dana, and it was like a light bulb moment had happened where this seems doable to me. Because at the time I was working on my big happy planner for social media and business. And then I had a mini happy planner that was my on the go because I catch the bus. And so lugging around that big happy planner was just never going to happen. And so I had those two systems, and they kind of work, but they kind of didn't. And when I committed to, okay, I'm going to do my social media and my business in my Skinny Classic, that's the light bulb. That's epiphany number one, because I had found the size and the function that I wanted. It was portable enough for me to be able to take to and from work, no problem, but also had, and even though it doesn't seem that much bigger, I think because of the length of it, it just seemed more usable than a mini, so that I could actually encompass my bills and my private information in there. Sherry from Black Dog Designs and Andy, I've talked about Andy numerous times, they had also done social media in, just had an entire planner for that. So originally I was going to just keep the social media and business in my big happy planner, and then move the mini happy planner, which is really my daily, as well as bill tracking and whatnot, into the Skinny Classic. And because of the inspiration of Sherry and Andy, I'm like, well, no, I'll make another section. I will truly Franken plan this planner. And at the time, Happy Planner didn't have a pre-made Skinny Classic planner, and so people really were, but they were taking skinny notes. I didn't have access to that, so I literally made mine from scratch. I had discs, I had paper that I could cut down, I made my own cover, I made my own outside cover. I mean, it was truly my DIY project, and I loved it, and it was the perfect size, and I could treat it like a bullet journal, because every week I could do different spreads, and I could have trackers, and I could have different sections, and it could be easily portable for me, but also when it got too chunky, I could take it out, put it on other discs, and store it here at the house. And so it was just the game changer for me, because pre-made layouts do not work for me. Now, it wasn't until Epiphany number 2 that I realized why. But when I started doing my own spreads, when I had to come up with different ideas every week, not so much because I have a channel, but more so I get bored. I don't want to look at the same thing. I have favorite layouts that I do, but I also know that I would not want to see that for more than a month at a time. And even a month would be pushing it, just because I want to look at different things. I want to explore different ways to use my products. And so it really has been the go-to for me. I don't talk about planner peace because I don't believe in it. I don't believe that you're ever going to find the one perfect thing that's going to be perfect for you forever. I think what you can find is just some happiness in your planner. But if 2020 showed us anything, is what has worked for you in the past between one week to the next may change, because things out of your control may change. I think people who had found planner peace in 2019 have maybe not even looked at their planner for all of 2020. And so for me, as I evolve and as I become more aware of what works and what doesn't, then whatever I'm using hopefully will follow along that. If it still works, if the Skinny Classic still works for me, then I'm still going to use it. But if it doesn't, then I need to give myself the grace to think, okay, well, let me look at something else. And why doesn't it? And I think that's important, not just trying to keep switching to things, looking for the solution, but really figuring out what the problem is actually, and then seeing if you can find a solution to it. Now, the epiphany number 2 might come as a surprise to you guys, but I'm going to say it. I am not a planner. I am not only not good at doing traditional planner layouts, but I am not a planner like you see on any planner channel, whether it is Happy Planner, Erin Condren, Kiki K, Carpe Diem, bullet journals. I don't know if you guys noticed, but with my Nichisaturday videos, which is probably my longest running series so far. I do the before the pen with you guys, and we design that together. I put those up. They go up on every Saturday, and it's all blank. And then when you see it the following week, there's some things filled in, and I don't really go over it. I don't do an after the pen with it because, I mean, I'm not that exciting. I don't have exciting things going on. So when I do the after the pen in my bullet journal, it's really just to show you, look at all the writing I've done. Now I've tailored it to the day. I'm really journaling, but I don't plan. And I know that there are people who, even during this pandemic, have been able to maintain their planning schedule because they like seeing on their weekly spread consistent activities, so that they work from such date or such time from here to there. They work this schedule every day, never changes. So for me, for instance, I work 7:45 to 4:30 Monday through Friday, unless there's a holiday or I've taken a sick day or a vacation day. I do laundry every Saturday, unless a Chinese drama just is my new obsession and I just can't find the time to do laundry. I get paid on the 5th and the 20th, and I do most of my bills on the 5th. I do the remaining bills on the 20th. The weekend closest to the 20th, I'm going to be running errands with my dad. There are just certain things that I could put in my planner every single week that stay consistent. I don't do that because for my brain and the way that my brain works, that would annoy me. I'm like, yeah, I know. You know, what are you telling me for? I don't know why it's so confrontational, but it is. I don't want to see it. I know it. And the only thing I would ever sort of plan is if I knew I had a doctor's appointment. Now, I'm really bad at scheduling doctor's appointments. So usually if I'm got a doctor's appointment, that means there's already something wrong. I'm not doing anything preventative. I am, okay, so this hurts now. I need you to fix it. And so, you know, there's nothing really like 2 months from now, 5 months from now that I know is going to happen, because yeah, that's just not how I roll. And where that epiphany came from was because of my stology, because of my work planner. And that's something that I started this month. And I realized that the way that my brain works, I definitely prefer a vertical. I definitely prefer lists. And I am definitely not a to-do list person as much as I am a completed tasks kind of person. I write down what has happened. I don't try to project what I will be doing or what I think might happen. I don't do that because my brain doesn't like that. I don't want to box myself in, either professionally or personally, like, you're going to do this. Now, if... I'm going to tell you right now, if I started doing laundry, stickers or scripting or whatever on Saturday, and I saw that, one, it would annoy me, and two, I'm like, oh, no, I'm gonna do it Friday night. I'm gonna do it Sunday morning, because you're not the boss of me. I don't know why. It's my stuff. I'm the one who wrote it. I'm the one who put it there. But it's like when I was in school and we were assigned books. Okay, yeah, well, I'm not gonna enjoy this now because you want me to do this. So, yeah, I don't know what that says about me as a person, but that's why I think my work planner is working for me. I think that's why my bullet journal has been working for me, because I'm not planning anything in it. I am giving a highlight reel. I am writing down my feelings for the day. I'm writing a word of the day. I am tracking my buddy read with my friend. And when you realize that you're not a planner, then you realize, well, that's why planners don't work for you, because you have a whole bunch of space for plans you're not making. And I might not want to journal in that space. And if I have a dashboard and I have a little bit of space, well, what do I do with all that other space on the other side? Is it just decoration? How come you get to choose? Why does it always have to look the same every single week? And it really was this aha moment, like, that's why it doesn't work. It's not you, but it's you. It's not. It's the way my brain works. It's the way that gives me a sense of accomplishment and joy. That don't tell me what you want me to do. And yeah, I know it's bizarre because I'm the one doing it. It's not like someone else is planning my week for me. But still, I don't want to see that. I want to see, this is what I have done. Look at all of the stuff that I've done versus, well, let's shoot for these things. No. Because I like my astrology so much, I probably within a 24-hour period had nearly decided I'm done with Happy Planner. It seems to be leaning more towards the cutesy and the colorful, and I am leaning more towards the neutral. And I don't want to say elegant. I think there are some Happy Planner products that are absolutely stunning and elegant, but it definitely seems pulling more youthful than astrology, which is, again, dumb because it's just a notebook. You make it what you want it to. It's just with the cover that I have and the covers that I've seen and the covers that I want, it definitely is more than what I see on my Instagram feed, which is lots of Disney, Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, Happy Planner. And then lots of astrology, leather notebooks, and these really pretty printables and vellum. And it just, there seem to be two different mindsets on what's happening now. Happy Planner has its aesthetic and it has its market and it knows what sells. That makes sense. Astrology is like a bullet journal. You make it your own. And I think the people who are posting here on YouTube, which is predominantly what I'm basing it off of, they tend to go also heavily decorated, but maybe not so colorful, maybe not so Minnie Mouse, maybe not so wrong, or doll stickers in general, but they are using really pretty vellum and fonts and tip-ins and things from small Etsy shops. They're not using such big commercial products, and I kind of like that. Now, not to say I'm not going to not use my stuff, but it seems to be tugging at me more. And so I was going to give up my nichisaturday and I was going to get another astrology, and I was going to do the bullet journal style traveler's notebook hybrid where I would have my monthly and I'd have my trackers and I'd have a weekly and then I'd go into dailies. And then that's when Epiphany number 3 hit. And it may sound bizarre, and it did to me, because just recently I realized, no, this isn't a new thought, because there is no reason why I can't do those things in my Skinny Classic. I don't know if I want another astrology just because I want another astrology. I don't know that it's going to work any better or worse than if I did all of those things in my Happynichi. Because even though I do make my own spread every single week, I still follow the traditional layout style, and then I have a monthly, I have that nothing page, whatever that's ever used for, and then I go into a weekly on 2 pages, and then you do that for the 4 or 5 weeks, and then you do your notes page, and then you do the exact same thing. There is no reason, if I'm already making my spreads on a weekly basis, I'm already doing a bullet journal that I've made of Happy Planner products, that I can't combine that. I'm not using a pre-made layout, so who cares what's included in it? And the reason I say it's not that I've invented that, because my friend Andy, I've mentioned her before, she used to do that. That's how she did her Skinny Classic when she was using it. It was for her social media business, so it really tracked her YouTube and her blog. And she would have her monthly overview, and she would have goals, she'd have her book tracker, her to be read, how many books and pages she's read. She'd go into her weekly. I don't remember if she did a daily in that one. It's been a while, and she's since closed her blog and her, just to figure out where she also wants to go in the direction of her own journey. And I just I don't know why those two things didn't click. And I didn't order another astrology. I want to, but I didn't. But at the time, I'm like, I'm gonna give it all up. I'm gonna give all my stickers up. I'm gonna give all my happy notes up. I'm gonna give all of my paper up, all of my discs. Okay, let me show you something. I've got this right here. This is a Tupperware container, and I don't know what size this is. I don't know if it says, but it is full of discs. It is full of discs. Why do I have that many discs, you say? Well, you know, I used to have a shop, and I used to want to make things for that shop. And so I thought, well, you know, you gotta spend money to make money, so buy all these discs. Oh yeah, I have a lot of discs. I don't even know why I was showing you guys that. Oh, because I was going to give it up. See, that's why people script things, because then they don't have moments like, wait, how old am I? Why can't I remember what I talked about 3 seconds ago? Any hoodles. So, where is this channel going? Well, more and more you see that I just kind of do what I want to do. And I've always felt like I've done that, but I'm really leaning into that now. I talked about in my recent After the Pen video that 2 things need to happen for me to film. I need to have the passion and I need to have the energy, because things are not always flowers and roses and unicorn sparkles here in Johanna land. They just aren't. I deal with a lot of anxiousness and worry. But when I'm sitting down, and if I were to sit down with you guys at a kitchen table or at a planner con, although I don't think that's ever going to be a thing for a while, I would leave all of that at home. Not to say that I wouldn't want to show you my true self, but for me, this should be a place for you guys to unwind. It should be a place for me to unwind. I can't tell you how many times I watch my own videos because I find them relaxing. I cannot tell you that I am one of my favorite fans. I never comment though. Oh no, that's a lie. I always comment. Bizarre. But I don't want to have this place of, oh my guys, you don't even know what happened today. And I know I could. I know I could come on here and do a face forward. I'm pretty sure I could even do a live just in the middle of the day, and like, you don't even know the day I've had. I don't want to do that. And I don't do that in real life. I am very much an introvert. I'm very much a person who will just eat her feelings and self-reflect to the point of sometimes self-destruction. That's kind of how I've been my entire life. And so when I do a video, while the energy may flag and it may wane because I am tired, or the spread's not going the way I want to, or I feel like I'm wasting your time and that frustrates me, you'll sometimes hear that, but I always start filming with the thought that I want to be here and I want to do this. Let's do this. And so that's going to continue. But for Nichisaturday, you're going to see me setting up my week and my dailies in a slightly different way, at least the way that I've seen it in my head. After work today, I'm going to be setting up November, the beginning part, and hopefully uploading that within the next day or so. And then Thursday or Friday night, I will be filming Nichisaturday, as I always do, and you're going to see that that's sort of going to be the standard for me for the month of November, because I really want to see if I can combine my weekly layout, or doing a weekly layout, with the DIY bullet journal that I've been doing in my Skinny Classic, having it in one place. And because right now I don't plan on carting that to work, I don't need to worry about how chunky or how heavy it gets, because it's just going to stay here. And I really am hoping that you guys will enjoy that. The other part of the struggle for me is I do videos that I enjoy. My Itaki videos, my doodle videos, my lettering videos, my art journal videos. The writing video that I did this week, I just turned on the camera and just did it. they don't translate well here on YouTube because, I mean, what kind of channel are you? Are you a planner channel, but you never plan? Are you a journaling channel? Well, you don't really do that like other people do that. Are you a office shibuki itaki channel? Well, you know, your lighting is horrible. And it's not anything that people are saying to me. It's things that I'm saying to myself. It's like, you know, I'm not picking a lane, but for me, it all makes sense because these are all things that I either put in a planner that I have, or like the writing one, I have a planner system. I'm not planning a damn thing, but it's writing. Maybe I should call it a writing channel, but we're not writing anything like a book. So, I mean, I guess it's hard for me to say what I am because I can't find a word that really describes what I am. If you know, definitely leave a comment below if you're still even here. But I will continue Nichisaturday. That's not going to stop. The way and the look and the design of it definitely will. It is definitely going to involve more multimedia. It's definitely going to involve scrapbook paper and washi and stickers and pens and just, you know, be whatever it is I want it to be. I'm still going to do my Itaki videos because I find it enjoyable. They're quick, easy to edit, and, you know, they don't get the views, but I mean, I get to do something I enjoy, and I get a hot meal when it's done. Yeah, that green bean curry, though, I'm going to have to try it again with it hopefully not being sour, but because of that, I have no taste for curry, and I probably won't for a while. Yeah, we're diverging. I do videos that I enjoy, and they'll go up or they don't. The only one that I am faithfully consistent to is Nichisaturday because I love the consistency of it and I love the community of it. And so that's where I'm going to end the video, talking about the community. You guys have been phenomenal. You are amazing. And I have to tell you, and I've talked about this on Nichisaturdays, that I do read all of the comments. And there are times when I will get a notification that I've got a new comment, and I'll read it, and it'll just be exactly what I needed, exactly in that moment, because it feels like my emotions are so volatile these days. Sometimes I just need a little friendly shout out like, hey, you know, enjoyed your video, keep doing what you're doing. And I don't know if it means anything to you guys to take the time to do that, but it means the world to me that you guys take the time to do that. And it's really more because I am an introvert and a indoor cat that, you know, I don't reach out if I'm in a mood, or I don't, you know, ask for help. I never have. I never will. But just knowing that because of things that I'm doing, you guys are enjoying it, and then giving me that feedback of that you are enjoying it, it really sometimes is exactly what I need at the exact right time, but it also encourages me to keep going. That even though it can be hard and time consuming and there's a lot of things and a lot of moving parts, you know, I've got a community of friends out there who, even though I'm a little off the beaten track and I am quirky, and you're never going to mistake my work for the big channels or the happy planner professionals, I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. Well, my lunch break is nearly done. I'm hoping I can get this edited. There shouldn't be a lot that I need to edit out of this. But guys, thank you for following me on this journey. Thank you for being so encouraging, so patient, so understanding, and just being the kind of people that I'm glad and thankful that I started this journey for. That, you know, we've kind of found each other. You know, you might be quirky too, and that's okay. I promise. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me for now. Again, later on today, I will be filming the November setup for my Nichi. Happynichi. whatever. So be on the lookout for that. And as always, aloha.